'Cause I was born in the USA. 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 And breakfast with Bob.
Poncho Man, bringing it like he can. Yeah. We are brought to you by HOKA, Polar, UCAN, Velofix, Normatec, Active, Canyon Bicycles, Form Goggles, and Puman. We are at beautiful Four Seasons Resort Hualalai for a championship edition. Our next guest, second place yesterday, his highest finish here at the Ironman World Championship. Please give it up for Mr. Timothy O'Donnell. Hey, oh my God, they're doing the wave in the O'Donnell Gallery. That's unbelievable. I love that. T.O., how you doing, man?
I'm so good, Bob. I mean, I'm tired. My body hurts, but I'm still on cloud nine.
You know, it's funny. We were chatting last week. I'm like, Tim, you have never been afraid to go for it out there. And you went for it on the bike, right? You're off the front there with Jan and Alistair. Just when did you feel like it's time to make a move here?
You know, I felt strong all day. There was a point I was on the bike. It was just me, Ali, and Jan, and I thought to myself, there are 3 Olympic gold medals in this little group, and none of them are mine. Maybe I'm in the wrong spot, but turns out I wasn't. I was in the good spot.
You were in the right spot.
Yep.
You're with the best guys in the world.
Yeah.
So when you're there at the tippy top, you know that if this is where the race is going to be. So this is a place I need to be.
Yeah, I could tell Jan was ready to do something really special.
Can you tell that really? I mean, it's funny because I remember
the press conference. Just
Yeah.
you can tell.
Yeah.
And so I figured, well, I guess I'll just
see what
try
he's
to
doing.
Stay close to him all day.
Well, and that pack coming out of the water. I mean, everybody. Hamburger was in the group, so nobody really got away. Everybody was together.
Yeah, I think we had maybe 9 guys off the front. But it seemed like there's normally a breakaway and then the main pack and a second pack. But that main and second just seemed to all mesh together. And and we got a few minutes, which was nice. Every year I say that this scenario is going to happen. We're going to get some good bikers that off the front,
right,
and never get caught again. And it's
never.
Finally, it turns out if you just keep coming to this race,
eventually something will
happen, right?
Something will happen. Something happen good. You've really been limited in your running, right, because of injuries. Was it ankle injury, foot injury? What was it?
So it was actually my foot, Bob. If you remember last winter, I broke my foot.
Yes.
I broke my 5th metatarsal.
And what was it from running?
Yeah, at that time I just it's a pretty common injury where you invert your ankle and it snaps that bone. But 6 or 7 weeks ago, I think it was 7 weeks ago, I was running and I kind of inverted again. I hit the edge of the road, and turns out I re-broke it.
You did re-break it,
right? Yeah. So I wasn't saying that before the race. I'm like, well, if you race well, you can tell people that's what happened.
And if you don't race well, you can say, I had a broken foot. You're good. You're 2 for 2 with that.
Yeah, I was trying not to. You don't want to make excuses going to a race. If you're going to go to this, if you're going to start, your intention should be to perform well. And despite that kind of hiccup, I still felt like I could have a really good race here this year.
Well, and it's interesting because when you're undertrained a little bit, sometimes you're rested. I mean, did you feel when you started the run? I'm sure you had some trepidation going, is this thing going to hold or not?
Yep.
And when did you know, or did you know?
Those questions started the night before the race, Bob. I couldn't get to sleep. I was just
really so worried.
And turning like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Was there a point where you thought, was there a point in the last few weeks where you thought, I don't know if I can start?
Definitely, yeah. Up until a few weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago, I was pretty sure I wasn't going to do this race.
Really?
But yeah, things just started to come around, and you focus on what you can do,
right?
And when you have a setback, you can use that time to, focus on things maybe you don't normally focus on,
right?
And take advantage of that. So, and honestly, this race, the years I've come in with my best run form, I never race well because I end up over biking. And this year, I really could focus on my bike the last couple weeks, and had some amazing sessions. And I think it paid off just because you hit the run and you're able to run more to your ability.
Right. How did Julie Dibbins, your coach, change your training leading into this? She's somebody who's dealt with foot issues, and has come here and had great swim bikes, knowing that she probably wasn't going to make it through the run.
Yeah, I mean, working with Julie's been awesome. This is my 2nd season with her. And we just didn't quite have enough time last year.
Right.
But she knows me so well. We've been friends for a decade. She's she's tenacious, and she keeps me accountable. So it's been pretty awesome. And then we brought in Matt Bottrell he's a cycling coach out of the
Yep.
UK that she works with very closely. So the two of them together have been an unbelievable team for me.
So if 2:49 marathon and then 7:59:40 under 8 hours, that's pretty damn special.
You know what? I checked a lot of boxes this weekend.
Sub
breaking
8,
sub
check.
8. Yep, sub 250, and getting, even more importantly, the household run course record here in Kona.
That's right. You're faster than Rinny.
Yeah, barely.
Oh, you own
Oh,
her.
we did it.
Yeah. Yeah, Donald's love that. Yeah. That is very funny. You're running along. You got Jan in front.
Yep.
And you're running, and you got Sebastian and Ben Hoffman is flying. And so when you're going into the lab and mainly when you're coming out of the lab, you're seeing the guys behind you. You're going uphill. They're going downhill. They always look good.
Yeah.
Did you have a feel for how Sebastian was doing?
I kept getting splits that we were holding 2 minutes. We held 2 minutes for most of the run.
Okay.
And then I did my own split at the turnaround in the energy lab, and he was like 2:30. So I'm like, okay, I'm in a good spot here.
Right.
And then I actually didn't even see Ben running. He must have been going too fast.
He was going. And then, last year you were battling with Braden Curry. You had one of those things where the last thing you want to do the last few miles of this thing is go side to side with somebody and have to dig that deep.
Yeah.
This year, you sort of avoided that.
Well, it's funny. I started the swim. Braden and I were swimming next to each other. And I'm like, oh, man, we're going to be together now the entire day. We're starting off together. But, yeah, it was Sebi actually started coming back on me a little bit on the run. Now I realize it was because he was trying to hold off
Hoff, right.
Right. So the gap was going down with like 3 miles left, and Julie's like, you got to do it again. You got to go there.
You got to go.
I was like, no,
I don't want to. I don't want to dig.
No,
I just want to cruise.
Right.
What'd you end up holding on?
I think I opened it up a little bit more.
Okay.
I felt really good once I kind of got in that rhythm. Luckily, I didn't have to go to the med tent like last year.
So when you're coming down, you've been third. You've been third, fourth, fifth. You've been all over the place, the top 10, to get second and be one step away on a day where you didn't really know if you were going to get to the starting line. That has to be really special.
Yeah, in some ways, I think just taking that pressure off might have helped.
I think it did. No question.
You go in there with nothing to lose. You have as one of my friends, Lawrence Van Lingen, said, just show your heart on the run.
Right.
And let it go and just be free. And I think that helped a lot.
Yeah.
That was a great performance. Jan's day was so incredible.
Yes.
I was in a spot. If he had screwed something up, I was in a great spot. But, there's nothing else you could do when someone has a performance like that.
Weather-wise, last 2 years have been pretty mellow.
Yep.
This year it seemed like sort of back to the old island.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that. There's a lot of swell on the swim. I actually got seasick towards the end.
Really?
Oh, no. For a guy that was in the Navy, that's not
It's
something
probably
I
not
probably
good.
should have said on camera. So it took me a little while to actually get my stomach back. And then the bike was windy. It felt like a lot of the crosswinds after Waikoloa and things like that and Hawaii. It was definitely a much harder day. But the run felt pretty, with the overcast, felt pretty good.
So with second place, you just have to validate. Not that it's when you have to run a marathon. It's not like the word "just" should be in there. But that's way different than having to go win something.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama this year with some of the athletes requalifying. Myself, Sarah True, both fourth last year, and then kind of having hard roads to get back here.
Lionel Sanders trying to get back here, yeah.
So I feel good. It opens up, gives me some opportunities to maybe do some different races.
Right. Then is a thought maybe try to get it done fast, let your body heal. Are you one of those guys, if you're going to the starting line, validate, I can't do that. I'm racing. If I'm coming to the starting line, I'm racing. Or are you able to say, all I need to do is finish this thing?
Yeah, I think, in the past, I've done Florida with Rinny just to validate.
Right.
People remember Rinny with the pop chips, out on the run course, just getting it done. We'll see. You want to have those big, hard efforts.
Yes.
Those other Ironmans, but what I kind of learned in Boulder this year is I wasn't in shape to run hard enough. I just wasn't in good enough shape coming off the bike crash. And I think that actually saved me later in the year because that big effort, if I had really went to the well in that race, I think that just takes a little bit off of what you have here.
No
on the Big
question.
Island.
No question. It just seems like guys who start their season later seem to do better here.
Yeah.
And maybe it's funny, we've never had you guys racing Ironman New Zealand and then trying to carry that from March all the way. It never works.
Yeah, and you have to be smart. And let's face it, we're not getting any younger, right, Bob? Why
are you looking at me?
Yeah.
He's looking at me. But he's talking young. Come on now. I got like 40 years on you, homeboy. Tio, congrats on just such an amazing race. And having the entire O'Donnell clan here for you to have the greatest race you've ever had so far.
Yeah.
You know what that means? You have to fly them all back here next year so that you can win and get the big pastry here at Four Seasons.
That's right.
They're like saying, we want pastry. Love that.
We broke the curse, Bob. My parents came in 2011, the first year I raced, and I DNF'd, and they haven't been back since.
They thought they were bad luck.
Right,
yeah. See, now you guys are good luck.
No
now you have to come every year. How about a round of applause for the great Tim O'Donnell? Poncho Man, take us out.
Born in the USA, I was born in the USA, I was born in the USA, I was born in the USA, and breakfast with Bob.
Poncho Man, everybody!